Welcome back, everyone, to the MAC Teambuilder Dynasty.
And Southern Michigan Lake Huron are back in business with our rebuild. Actually, it's kind of a build. It's not a rebuild. You have to be built in order to rebuild something.
That is true.
And it has to happen within 100 years.
Maybe 10 years, you could call it a rebuild. 100 years, yeah, you're calling it a build.
It's a build. Let's take a look around the league here in the MAC. Just keeping tabs on what everybody else is doing in this godforsaken conference. Nothing big changing here. You got the usual cast of characters. Chris Creighton, Lester. Creighton's doing a good job at Eastern Michigan. We got Kegger, Chet Banke. Those guys are all the same. Rolovich. Leffler, our favorite head coach. Offensive mastermind, Scott Leffler. And Tim Albin. But the big change, Malcolm R. Boudreaux was formerly the defensive coordinator for the Alpena Alpacas, and he is bringing his swag to the Akron Zips, and God knows that they need it.
Man, okay, so they're going to get Lucian Jericho and Charles Hemingway, a two-headed monster at running back, but they want to run that Old Dominion air raid, so I don't know really.
So we need to. This is like flipped around, right? This means he's running the ball more. So maybe that's the right call for what Akron needs to do. I mean, I think the game plan is definitely run the football, right? So that's what Malcolm R. Boudreaux is going to bring to the table, hard-nosed defense, and we're going to see who Alpena replaced him with on defense. Wow, and look who the Alpena Alpacas replaced him with. Yaro Shatan.
Satan.
Shatan.
Satan.
He was born in the Czech Republic. So don't make this a bigger thing than it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a coincidence.
It's hiding in plain sight. Satan.
Okay, you're a big conspiracy theorist. Okay.
It's not like Miroslav Satan.
That's exactly what it's like.
It's
his
Satan.
Uncle. It's his uncle.
Oh, okay. Is that why he's from Ohio State and he's aged 66? The only thing that's missing is another 6.
I don't know, man. Go back on your little internet bubble and you know, talk with your crazy friends online.
There it is. Yaro Satan. 2 JA 2 RO 2 SA 2
okay. So now we're
TA
in numerology.
2
okay.
1N 2468 1N 9. Flip it over. It's a 6.
Yeah.
There's the missing 6.
Okay.
666.
Right. Okay. And I'm sure when you open up a box of your alphabet cereal, you twirl it around in the milk and you see the message, and God is telling you that the world's gonna end tomorrow. Yaro Shatan he's like an old timer. Okay, he's old school. He's been in the Alpacas system for a long time, pulling the strings. Okay, he knew Chet Banke's dad, who was the previous head coach there. He's just a lifer. He's an Alpena, a lifer. And he's been at this for a while. And they're making a switch because Boudreaux, they think he cost him the Rose Bowl. Boudreaux says, I'm out. See you guys. I'm going to take over Akron. And this guy, this shady figure, steps into the limelight. Now it's his turn at the wheel. What better way to reestablish and get back on track? The players leaving. So the guys that are going to graduate, the players that you've come to know and love, kind of, even though they didn't do anything. Keyshawn Berry, we're going to start off here with Southern Michigan. You got an 83 senior there, Hank Hendershot.
That's going to be a tough one to lose, man. All the way out from Canada. I forgot that he's from Windsor, Canada. Yeah. He's a tough guy. Cody Gatling is now gone as well.
Nix.
Messier, Nix, Dontrell Jack. I won't miss you, Dontrell from Kentucky.
You do have an option there, and then Sequelin Faulkner. So at least at quarterback, like I said, you got an option. The young guy, Bailey Verlies, coming in, should be the starter. So it's not all bad here for Southern Michigan. Depth, though, could be a problem. And Von Douglas thinks if he couldn't make the team, the lineup on the depth chart at Southern Michigan, he thinks he's going to go to the SEC and find better luck there.
Good luck, Von. You're going to get cut.
You're going to get cut.
talk a little bit about Lake Huron's losses. And you guys don't have a lot of them. Castleberry.
Yeah. Castleberry was big. Jacob de Avila. Oh, good riddance to you, my friend.
How many drops?
24 catches, 7 drops.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, very good. Had some issues there. Kennewick Templeton, I talked a little bit about him. You know, he was our starter the year before. He was our year 0 starter. Had some success in the game against Alma and Saginaw Valley. But, you know, now that he was cast aside by Izzy Fonseca, he rode the pine this year, right? And as we see his numbers, 9 for 23, 102, 6 carries for 19 yards. So it was good knowing you, Kennewick Templeton, but you're gone. And, you know, we just lost a couple of our depth guys here. I'm looking forward to next year. We're going to see how they progress and to what degree they progress. I mean, that's going to be a big factor in determining if we can win a football game next year that's not against each other.
Good luck. Perhaps more interesting list of players that are leaving. We're going to talk about Ohio Western and Alpena. Kev McPherson, Riddle, Bangs, Strange. All these pretty solid players. They're MAC good, obviously. They're going out to the NFL. It says graduation, but I'm thinking they're good enough to get into the NFL. Maybe like 5th, 6th rounders.
You know, Xavier Rogan I thought was pretty good. He had 6 sacks as a defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's worthwhile. And a couple starters here, like you said, Stocker and McPherson and Riddle. So pass rush taking a little bit of a hit here for the Ospreys.
Now here's Alpena with some pro draft projected players here. Got Javez Grimes, an 89 cornerback, Van Cleek, and Kemp Jr. Remember, we talked about this in the last video, saying that Kemp Jr., if he was able to stay, he should try to stay. He's projected in the 6th round. He could have gotten a COVID year.
Yeah, you know, he's got pretty good numbers. 11 rushing touchdowns, 568. Kind of makes for an interesting NFL prospect. Obviously, they like mobility there as of late in the draft. Couple good factors here on the lines. You had Attaway, Ontario Jones, and Slonsky. So a couple good players on the O-line for Alpacas. Overall, though, they've kept most of their core, but there will be some new faces.
There's a lot of depth, a lot of good players to be losing as far as the overall is concerned. But going back to Kemp Jr., probably a cap of PJ Walker?
I don't know.
Here we are at transfer requests, and there aren't any for Alpena, which is interesting. A team that from the MAC went all the way. That's got some holes there to fill, right? They got nobody interested in going there. They just made the playoff.
It's a very insular program. They're not very welcoming of outsiders.
That's very true, knowing what we know about them.
Just keeping that in mind. Ohio Western, Jacoby Criswell. There's an interesting quarterback possibility there.
2 sophomores as well. And oh man, this is gonna hurt. We have to slam the door on these guys. Look at us. Look at all these freshmen. We gotta say no to them.
Yeah, I could really use these guys, but it does violate our rules. And, you know, we're just gonna tell them, look, we're honest with them. We're like, you know, we know you got dreams of making the next level, and we feel like you would be better off somewhere else. and Jerwan Newton would come here and say, I don't care about that. I'm here. I'm going to school, man. Whatever. I just want to play football. No. I don't want to be the 7th receiver at Toledo.
No, we don't want
and
you.
And then we say, I mean, we're just trust us, okay? It's in your best interest to not come here at this point in time. So we're looking out for you. It's not you, it's us. That kind of thing. Oh, and then look at you, man.
You don't think we need that? My God,
we need
it's so
all
hard.
Of these guys.
Yes, we do. We lost so many seniors. Think about how young we can get here. We've got a wide receiver, left tackle, strong safety, running backs, another strong safety, corner. We're addressing literally almost like every position, man. And they're...
And I'm taking great pleasure in unchecking all of these people. So,
Can we at least get one?
nah, it's too easy.
Sorry, Joseph. You can take your talents elsewhere. It's recruiting time. You said take as much time as you need, and it's not going to take long at all.
I don't think
because
so.
There's nothing going on here. We are going all in on a guard from Bucyrus, Ohio. 6'3" guard, 297, 1-star. We're leading Bowling Green by 785 points, 910 to Western Michigan. So I like our chances here with 6,600 points. So yeah,
I do too.
we're going all in. There's your additions here: Ryan Patrick, Lance Darby, Freddie Walker, Travis Duncan. So we are focused on that offensive line, and of course we did get our culture changer.
Correction. You're focused on whoever you can get.
Okay.
That happened to be offensive line.
I stand corrected. Bailey Verlies is going to be our culture changer. We're also going to go after LaRue Bryant. We put 1,700 points on him. You're actually in first place. We're going to try to steal him away from you from Hamtramck, Michigan.
Well, I like the name, so I want to get LaBrue from you. We'll see if we can.
We actually didn't put any points on a guard that we're in the lead for. And if you take a look at the scouting, he actually went down in overall. So I'm not really too keen on this man, Tim Lee.
Give him 5 points just to let him know that you care.
No, because he's going to sign with us anyway. I bet you. We're taking the risk. We are going no on Nickery Dickory Doc.
You don't like Nick Dockery?
No, you can have him. You can have him. We got to go after a cornerback.
You think you're going to come all the way down from 0?
Let me see how far we are actually here.
You have negative infinity points.
We're not coming back. Okay, we are going to. This is live. We're doing this all now. So we're going to go after Nick Dickory Doc Duke Dicker Duty Dude man
Okay, all right.
person.
I like it.
Guy.
What about Crowell?
Nah, he's terrible.
That's what I'm saying, man. Give him 5 points and let him know you like him. Because if you don't, he might just sit there and say, huh, well, Southern Michigan didn't pay any attention to me.
Good. Here's your 45 points.
That's better.
East Grand Rapids, Michigan, man. I wonder what you've been doing.
Hey, I might be in the mix for Alan Crowell.
We'll just have to find out. Hopefully we can get more than 5. How many did we sign here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. Well, Bear Kegger, our head coach, showed off a little bit of his recruiting chops here, okay? As you guys know, with our big win at home over Southern Michigan.
God, you're going to rub that in, aren't you?
Yeah, we sealed the deal on a lot of these guys. They like the culture that we are building here. We have 695 on Nick Dockery, so we're going to see how that plays out. Alan Crowell, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm feeling magnanimous today. Word of the day. I'm going to give you a puncher's chance there. And I'm going to go all in on Carl Alexander or Corey Hicks. I'm going to give you a puncher's chance there too. Maybe.
You're giving me charity points?
You need it.
Oh my God.
James.
This is stooped to a new sense of a rivalry.
Oh, man.
This is getting bad.
James Jenkins and Cole Smith, obviously, on the board for Lake Huron as well. So we have 10,000 points to spend on 5 bad players. So I do think it's kind of funny that we are throwing 7,000 points on a 42 overall tight end. You got to admit, that's pretty funny.
So we've gotten pretty familiar with Ohio Western's recruiting board in the past couple episodes, and some updates for you all. Killian May Softly, because he was interested in Southern Michigan and Lake Huron, we both have our quarterbacks as our culture changers, our Patreon guys that we're only allowed to sign one of them. We can't recruit Killian May Softly any longer. So he has shifted his focus now to Eastern Michigan and Ohio Western. This was part of his top 5 to go into the MAC. See, all of his top teams are in the MAC. And out of Flint, Michigan, this quarterback is number 4 in the nation. Could be headed to the Ospreys, which would be the heir apparent to Easton Buchanan. I like this move. They're going all in, 3,490 points. I think I like their chances.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how desperate Eastern is and if they're going to put a lot of points on him. Clint Hammond, Maryland running back, Ohio Western in the lead. Are they going to stave off Alabama with 920 points?
You know, the interest levels are not really there for any of these teams on his list. So Alabama, they might not even be thinking about him. A kid out of Maryland, they might have just been kind of early, putting the feelers out for him early and then lost interest. So
we have a Joseph Dockery.
What is up with these names of the Dockeries?
Oh, these Dockeries.
Steve Fernando, I love this name. He's a top 100 receiver. I love that.
I'm going to throw some points. What do you think?
Dockery there. Jamar Watson.
Switching your stuff around.
Yeah. That's, man.
What do you think?
It's like getting real executive here on my
Are you going to have a chance
teams.
to get Dockery with 8.7? Down by 850?
Probably
not.
not.
If the algorithm, does it like have the bonus points?
No, probably not. They're probably not going to get him. But, you know, they've got other needs. I think that we have already been going after some defensive ends. We've got 2 tackles there. Can't get everybody.
Yeah.
So you got to make some hard choices here. Every team is going to go pretty hard at their guys. If they're in the top 2, you can't get everybody. So you got to make some choices. Good old Alpena. Just had to lose to Michigan State, didn't they?
Yeah, very disappointing way to finish things. Kind of ended our year 1 on a bit of a sour note. But they still have some recruiting things to look forward to. Titus Newsome, 4,800 out of Ohio. They think they can get this receiver.
I think they have a really good shot with that amount of points there. Yeah, Florida's probably going to go all in as well. But they might not be going 4,800. That's a lot.
Vincent Palmer, a little too far out for Alpena to contest. They want Brian Young, the running back, JT Holloway. They're going to put up a bit of a fight there. Aiden Oliver, we talked about this earlier. Whichever team ends up with the most, probably going to be Alpena, it looks like. Ohio Western wasn't going after Oliver. And so it's basically Alpena versus Western Michigan. So we're going to take the 2 Texas teams out of the mix. Whoever ends up with the highest ranking of the MAC schools will get Aiden Oliver, custom recruit. And a couple JUCOs there can help out Alpena a little bit. So they're doing a little bit better than Ohio Western in recruiting. But we'll see if it pays off as we move forward. Got a couple guys on the bottom. Alpena's just trying to get on the board, get some backups, get some guys to, carry the water for the teams. Volunteer,
recruit.
Yeah.
So we left off at Alpena, but now we're here at signing day, and Titus Newsome, look at that. 6,500 points. We put 48 on Titus Newsome, and they beat Alpena by 65. They literally went all in on this guy. They may have put 10,000 points on him.
What a shame. What a shame.
That's crazy.
And Vincent Palmer, his thing didn't even move. Brian Young will sign with Alpena, though. And JT Holloway, Air Force, will beat us out by 2,000.
Drum roll here for Aiden Oliver. Yes, we know that he went to UTSA, but as far as the number 3 team, who was it? Alpena. Okay. There you go. So 5,200 points for both Ohio Western and Western Michigan. So Alpena, there is your new quarterback of the future. It will be Aiden Oliver, custom prospect out there. So we're going to shift him over. And as you see down below, just a lot of Alpena players that they weren't truly going after. They wanted the cream of the crop guys. They've already they cleaned up early on in the season with a lot of these high 50s, mid 50s, mid 60s guys, but towards the end, got to go all in on your high 70s, low 80s.
Yeah, I do think the fact that they were in the CFP, that will really boost their recruiting profile in the next season. So I think Alpena will do a lot better next year.
And the big news out of Ohio Western's camp, as you can see, Eastern Michigan pulled it off. They're going to get that Flint, Michigan quarterback. He stays in the mitten. He's going to Eastern Michigan. So congratulations to the The Emus. Oops.
Eagles, yeah.
Eagles. Eastern Michigan.
Yeah. It's my
Emus.
my thing.
Dude, they need to be called
Eastern
Emus.
Michigan Emus.
But Killian May Softly should be a force to be reckoned with here for the future of the series. We gotta watch out for Eastern Michigan when we play them.
Yeah, I agree. Clint Hammond will sign with Ohio Western. They're going to beat out Boston College. And going down the board here, not too many signees.
Joseph
here.
Dockery, 2,100 points. Steve Fernando looks like he's going to be a guy that doesn't sign.
He's going to Youngstown State. He's gone.
Yeah. Don't you hate that?
Got a couple guys down here.
People that just don't sign.
Andy Coles. That's a great linebacker name.
It is. I hope that he does
really
well.
I could really see that being a linebacker.
All right, give us an update here on Lake Huron.
Yeah, let me see my guys. Nick Dockery.
Oh,
He never signed with anybody.
Come on, Nick. We needed you, man. We needed you in this series.
What a shame. Alan Crowell also doesn't sign with you. And LaRue Bryant doesn't sign. Can you, like, just give him to you? Or, like, I mean, come on. You deserve these guys. By the way, I got Carl Alexander. Okay, he's very high on our board. We think he could be a day one draft pick.
He's got to at least be better than Aiden Troxler.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody else says. We're gonna get LaRue Bryant on this team. We beat Lake Huron by 7-15, and we need Nick Dockery on this channle. We need him in this series.
He's supposed to go to Southern Michigan, so
dude, he's a meme. He's a walking meme.
Nick Dockery.
Dick Dockery.
Dick. Nickery Dockery.
Nick Big. Okay, you get it. But yeah, this needs to happen.
That's funny.
This needs to happen. So Nick Dockery and LaRue Bryant, you guys are going to be heading on over to Southern Michigan.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. Okay?
What?
You get 2 out of 3. Because you got Crowell, too.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, I don't want Crowell.
Okay, well, there you go. You get 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
okay?
we get
the other guys
LaRue,
went D2.
And we get Nick Dockery. If I had to pick between Nick Dockery and Alan Crowell, you know where I'm going.
Alan Crowell's going to Davenport.
Top classes time. Take a look. Notre Dame, number 1. They got 7 4-stars.
Give me a break.
14 3-stars for Nebraska, so they had a really good
2
class.
teams with losing records.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, number 1 class, number 2. So they're pulling strings, man. What do you want from them?
That's pathetic.
Penn State had a good class in the top 5. So 3 teams in the Big Ten, by the way. That's a good set.
Where's
Actually,
our
look at
national
this.
champion? Michigan State.
Yeah, where is MSU?
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah, baby. But we didn't get a single 5-star. It's all 15, all 15 and 3-stars.
If we got a 5-star, it'd be from Massachusetts or New Jersey, and he would suck.
Probably. Alpena, number 5 in the nation. Top 25 recruiting class total. Michigan State, I still haven't seen them. Wow, just keep scrolling. They're inside the they're outside of the top 40. 15-0. They didn't get a single 5-star.
You know, maybe it'll take effect next year. You know, Charlotte's in the same area code as MSU. Eastern Michigan 52.
Yeah.
What in the world there?
Wow, so the MACtion. Ohio Western, look at this. They got single digits. They didn't get a double digits. 14 out of the 25 available. That's gonna hurt them. That will hurt them. I think they're inside this range of La Tech, UCF, Tulsa. They need to do a little bit better of a job. I mean, look at Central Michigan had 13 3-stars.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Interested to see where Lake Huron landed. Are we taking bets? Oh, I was going to say, I was hoping.
We're probably next to the last.
Oh, man.
Southern Michigan, 121?
Where are we at?
We beat you. We beat you.
Give me a break.
15. Wait a minute.
What's up with those star rankings?
Hold on a second. 4-star. Oh, that was Bailey release, right? That had to have been Bailey release.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So we can't actually sign these guys.
Well, who was it? Click on your thing.
We can't have these dudes. These 2 stars and 3 stars.
Oh, well, it's Wolfric.
Oh, there you go. So he's glitched. We'll remove him out. This Williams guy, I've never heard of this Williams guy.
Who are these people?
I don't know. I've never seen this person. We didn't even cover a Williams.
No. Or Parham, Walker, and Lewis. So, we beat you. We beat you. In real life.
Yeah.
We're glitching out here.
It is a very glitchy thing. So we'll move him down, actually. Okay? We'll sign him, right? We'll sign them, but we'll move their overall down. So they're a 1-star.
Okay. I mean, they weren't even on your list, though.
I know. I don't get it.
So maybe they won't be on your list when we get to the next screen.
That could happen, too. I mean, who was your 3-star?
I had Fortuna, and then that Whaley, that guy doesn't exist either, so...
Who is that?
We don't know, man.
Hold on. Whaley. Let's take a look at that big list. We'll try to find Parham, Whaley, and Williams. Ends, halfbacks, and who is your guy? Whaley's a corner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's there. What is that?
It's not on my board. Joel Whaley. Well, you know, I guess he just really wants to go to Lake Huron, so
Anthony
he just
Williams
applied to the school and they accepted him. He said, I'm going to be on the football team.
That's very strange to me. Well, at least they're not JUCOs. We don't have to worry about that. If they were JUCOs, we'd have to knock them out of here. So where's that defensive? Is it Parham? Is it P? Woo! Parham. There he is. 2-star. Marvin Parham.
So, I mean, I guess they just decided to sign. It'd be nice if they consulted us. Marvin just says, hey, I'm on your football team.
Well, we don't even have this on auto, so it doesn't make any sense. So, anyway, we'll just make sure that their overall ratings match with what a 1-star should be. And that way we're not cheesing the system here. We got to keep our rules, but I also don't want to lose, like, totally, like, cut the guy. Maybe we do that. Maybe we just cut him.
You know, for that level of... When you do something that brazen, where you sign a letter of intent for a school that doesn't want you, you know, that probably merits not making the football team. Because I would like to have a say in the structure of my football team. I feel like that's been taken away from me. So that's a violation. It's an ethical violation. And we're not going to have it.
So you think we're going to cut him?
I'm going to cut my guy, Whaley, just because I don't like that.
Well, you know what? Since we didn't grab LaRue Bryan or Dick Dockery, I'm just going to rename those guys as Dick Dockery.
That's fair.
That's how we're going to do it.
All right.
And Francisco Rubio actually did sign. This is interesting. So we'll see, actually, if Bowling Green, if he's on Bowling Green's roster, because I still think he might be glitched out. But we'll take a look at this. But he's going to Bowling Green as of now. Cool update there. I'm glad to see that. I was a little worried about him. Jalen House going to Western Michigan. That's a good development there. I like to see that. I was considering Ball State and Central. Pretty much really the only 3 teams that had a shot at him. Ohio was $6,000 in deficit. Alpena $7,400 in deficit. So Jalen House,
it's a respectable choice.
Going to Western. I like it. Okay, so we got a problem here.
He really wants to go to Southern
Michigan. So this one's the glitched one. This one's supposed to go to Nebraska, if you guys remember. And this one was supposed to not even be... He wasn't even on our board, guys. Lucius Wolfric, the recreated guy, wasn't even on our board. So we got to get rid of this man. He's got to go to Bowling Green. Like, I got to go put him over to Bowling Green.
Dude, he's like a ghost or something that's following you and saying, I will be a part of your team, whether you like it or not.
It's pretty scary. I mean, look at his face. Look at that face.
You said, no, well, Lucius, you're not coming here. He's like, yeah, I think I will.
It's creepy, man.
Weird.
Oh, go away, please.
Weird attachments to Southern Michigan here.
That's also a brazen move, as you said before. So here's Bill Stevens going to Miami of Ohio from Vandalia, Ohio. 5'9" cornerback. So I don't know what his, I guess his floor and his ceiling is.
4'8".
But I guess his ceiling is 5'9", right?
He seems like a MAC cornerback for sure.
Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Free safeties. We're looking at Burnside. There's another Burnside. If you guys watch the GGBL, here's another Burnside. Pierre Burnside. Wow, Eastern Michigan killing it, man. From Colorado Springs, Colorado, going all the way out to Eastern Michigan. So he said, you know what? If you're going to get Killian, I'm coming over too.
So that's why Eastern had such a good recruiting class. Right there. Burnside and May Softly joining forces here.
All right, so that is the recruiting recap. We'll actually go ahead and show you guys the updates to where everybody went off to, like Wolfrick, making sure that he's on Nebraska, making sure that Francisco Rubio is over on Bowling Green.
Francisco.
Yeah, if you guys missed the last episode, it was spelled wrong. But just to let you know, so year 2's Patreon submissions are ready to be taken. So in the Patreon inbox for you guys and on Discord, if you guys are part of the Patreon community, make sure you're checking your emails. Make sure you're checking patreon.com on my page for emails from me about that form. So that's been out there for a couple months, but make sure you guys are filling that out so we can actually get your players created, because we want them to get into the recruiting board before we start the next season, because we actually want to start playing some games here relatively quickly so we can kind of get ahead of the season. So we are going to be cutting that off here fairly quickly. So this is kind of a final reminder. Make sure you guys are checking your emails. If you're new to Patreon, make sure you're checking those inboxes. Join the Discord. We've got a little private channel there for Patreon members only. And just DM me, message me if you have any questions if you can't find that form. Really want you guys to get your money's worth, but you got to get that form filled out unless you're going to have to wait till year 3. Position changes time. And take a look at our wide receivers, right? So let's sort this by overall rating. And Ray Patrick, the freshman, is currently tied with Daz Mabry-Webb, the junior. 57 overalls. We are so bad at wide receiver. Bailey Verlies does not have a lot of targets to throw to.
No. It's basically the 2021 Detroit Lions in the house here.
Kind of. And where are we probably weak at as well as tight end? Because we lost our boy, Hank Hendershot. So Tariq Ali is going to have to be the main target. We might have to move some people over to be backup tight ends. And we're just trying to figure out if there's anybody that can catch the dang football. And by looking at our cornerbacks, we have a ton of them. And it really comes down to...
Can they catch the ball, though?
That's the question. So let's go ahead and sort this over and see who can catch the football. And it looks like Jeremy Downs, the cornerback, the freshman that we got, can catch. He's got some good acceleration, pretty decent speed for a wide receiver at 80. But, you would prefer Underhill or Gill, but they can't really catch. So, Jeremy, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to become a wide receiver here for us to give us a little bit more depth. And you're actually a better wide receiver than you are a cornerback. So that's going to happen.
It's big news.
And at this point, does it matter? Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't.
I'd like to keep some of these guys, though. Like maybe... well, the difference between... Well, look at Underhill here.
Redshirting is your friend.
Redshirting, definitely my friend. Sophomore for Underhill, 63. You still can't play wide receiver. It's not going to happen.
So what are you going to do at tight end, man?
I think you're just going to have to move like one of these guys over to that spot. I mean, it's Fortini. It's at 56. Poncella, it says 53. It seems like it's just going to have to be Josh Lee. Like, literally just the backup tight end.
Well, your other option is to just take the walk-on. You gonna take your chances with the walk-on?
I don't know.
I mean, you can try it. I mean, he's not going to be much worse than a 45. Are you going to get 2 of them?
Are you going to get a walk-on here?
Yeah.
At this point? With 2 tight ends?
You should get 1.
I think that that's probably the play.
Okay.
At least you're securing yourself a tight end there. We gotta move that guy anyway at this point. He's a junior. Got a freshman coming up, Alex Pitts. Seems like that's a smart move. But other than that, guys, it's pretty much all that we've got going on. Cornerbacks, strong safeties, free safeties, nothing really happening here. And Lucius Wolfrick got to go over to Bowling Green. So we'll do that after the position changes, of course. They've got it. There's still recruits inside the DB editor. So once they're on the team, once we get into the next season, we can move them over.
Oh, man. Remember when I said I was banking on Cole Smith getting like a +20 rating?
He's a scrambler at 49 speed.
Give me a break.
What is that?
Give me a break, man. Come on.
That's awful.
This is terrible. And Carl Alexander, the guy that I invested so much time and effort into, is a 40. 40. What are we doing here, guys? But the big gem here, Cash Fortuna, gets a +5. Are you kidding me? We're ready to go, man. I thought that we would have a quarterback, though.
Look at 71 speed for more rollout cheese.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what Izzy gets as far as the player bump here in the next phase of this video. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Cash is going to be our guy. But really, I mean, yeah, no position changes for Lake Huron. We just wanted to share the glorious news of Cash Fortuna being a gem.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Las Vegas, Nevada, Cash, Fortune, something's going on. Something's happening at Lake Huron. I don't like it.
This is going to be huge, guys. The training results are in, and Prince Ebo is a 99. And Calypso Berryhill's a 98. And Jamario Jet's a 97. So good luck to any MAC school who is planning on taking on the Alpacas, because it's not going to go well.
The fact that they replace Christian Kemp Jr. with Gransky, who's now a 90 as well, 2 O-linemen at the center position in the 90s. Prince Ebo's a 99. Running back, wide receiver, their offense is legit. Their defense is legit. They're going back.
They're going back to the MAC championship game at least. I'll give them that. You think you're thinking CFP maybe? By the sounds of it.
You know, maybe.
This is CFP good.
Is it?
I would think so.
Yeah, you're about halfway through the roster, and they're not even out of the 80s yet. So yeah, pretty good. Alpina's scary.
We're saving our teams for last.
Look at Leandro Dyson.
But yeah, you cannot sleep on Ohio Western. I think that they can really push Alpina in the MAC championship game this year. The last 2 games didn't go so hot, but as we see their team here, look at all the 90s. You gotta like that.
The O-line, left guard, right tackle, center. They're going to be able to run the football again. Buchanan's now a 97. Vida Jones Jr. a 93. Good defense with Dyson coming back. Dixon Rogers. Linebackers, Kasango and Halafihi. Tavian Leaf. Brubaker. Pritchard. You just name it, man. Louis Savage is a sophomore. Is an 88 now. Got a +6. 2 cornerbacks that are good. Yeah, this team is big. This team is looking pretty solid, man. I mean, you're pretty much looking at the same list, really.
Yeah.
You're about halfway through. That's how kind of I gauge it. You're about halfway through the list, and you're not even out of the 80s yet. That's really good depth, good team. Backup quarterback. So they didn't get Killian May Softly. They got Criswell as a transfer, and he got +5. So he is now the heir apparent to Easton Buchanan.
Yeah, for sure. And it's going to be a scary team. I like the way they're set up. Louis Savage should build on his 1,300-yard season. And watch out, folks.
Oh, man. I was hoping for a little more. I was just hoping for just a little bit more. It's still bad. Our best player, Jefferson Tatum, is leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. Tariq Ali, a tight end at 69. Salamander, Hudson, Bosco, Dejon Douglas is 65. Switzer now is 65. Like, I don't know. I like the progression. You know, the fact that we have more 60s now than 50s. But it's still not good, guys. Still not good. Still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yep. And by the time you fix this thing, none of these guys will be here.
That's right.
We're a little more top-heavy than you.
Oh, yeah, you are.
We got Nicodemus Bloodsaw, 88. Vanderswag, Othello Doubleday.
You're going to win this.
80.
You're going to win this again. You're going to win year number 2.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it depends if we can make those guys count, okay? How about Tank Stigelmeier, 71? He's got a lot of good football ahead of him here. I mean, just looking at his size, the way he's built, the gear he's got on, like the name. Like, come on, this guy's like the face of our team. Look at those numbers. 1 rushing touchdown. Love it.
The 2.9 yards per pop.
Dustin Papadopoulos, got to hit the weight room, man. I saw you getting thrown around like a rag doll a lot last year.
No, that was Walker Edding.
Speed. Well, he was not in position.
Look at that. Look at that. 50 strength.
Yeah, he's...
and he didn't progress. He didn't progress at all.
No.
He's slacking.
Yeah, because that was his prime directive. Was like, look, DeAndre, you gotta get a little bit stronger here, man. This is Division I football we're talking about here.
He's from Flint.
Yeah, well, obviously they didn't teach him the benefits of the weight room.
I know how it goes in Flint. People in Flint, myself included, sometimes we're a little lackadaisical.
Could be, who knows? But you know, we're looking at this season. It's another building block kind of year.